Hello. We're talking about thought and matter, and of course, thought is the number one element. We can only observe it at the moment we're alive for our own thought and feeling and sensitivity. What we do to try to understand it, and it's difficult to get a grip on because we're in a material environment, a strong material outside, that our thought is feeling itself within this situation which is not conducive to its likings. So what we do to think about it by bits is to look backwards and see what might have altered in the last era, not in short time spans, but in very big, massive uh, periods of change. Change being the big word. And we find whenever you locate what you think is the beginning of a subject like thought, there's always another beginning that led up to it and another beginning. And it keeps going. And it goes the same way on the other side. So you can get grips of its understanding, but you have to kind of philosophize to figure out what happened before, even though you may not have the facts, and what it may evolve in the future. And that is a wonderful ability of our thinking to grasp how did it happen, why did it happen, what made it happen. So thought developed, uh, especially the sensitivity that we have, you didn't see in the animals that came out of the sea on the land for an attempt to live differently. It is purely in men and women, our species, that thought has come into the open, feels comfortable with the environment, and is bettering itself constantly and will continue to do that, but in a certain way that by philosophizing identifies, and it is always changing. So what it came from and what it's going to is going to be an alteration because nothing is settled. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Neither. They evolved. Okay, thought developed into this wonderful state of self-consciousness that men now have. And when I say men, I mean our species and of course women and everyone that thinks as we do. It has progressed. There is an element of it in the animals. They're very sensitive. You surely have noticed that. coming up to us, but they couldn't make that next step ahead that is necessary, and it may be our thumbs that make the difference, that we can work as well as we have. So thought has come upon, it is us. No matter how you want to define it, it is our essence, our innermost self. And that is what my philosophy looks for and hopes to find. Not completely, it's proven that can't happen, but to take the steps to make that happen. As every philosopher in every era can do in the future. So we'll discuss it more. We're working on it. There are other books coming in this series. It'll all be in this series. And I will discuss what quickly comes to mind to keep you alerted. Thank you.